Two of President Trump's top health officials will head to the White House for a conflict resolution session. The meeting was first reported by Axios, and it's between Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services Administrator Seema Verma and Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar. Azar and Verma's disagreement has led to the sex discrimination investigation at HHS. The department even brought in outside counsel earlier this year in a sign of how bad the relationship is between Azar and Verma. Let's bring in Caitlin Owens and Fin Gomez now. Caitlin covers healthcare and Congress for Axios, and Fin is a CBS News White House producer. Welcome to both of you. Caitlin, let me begin with you. Why has Azar and Verma's relationship deteriorated to this point?
So the reporting shows that, Politico's reported that this feud has been going on for a really long time now. My own reporting has backed that up. At the core of it, it's partially a power struggle, where they're both trying to claim they're both trying to claim the policy victories that the Trump administration has had. And on one hand, then you have the sex discrimination probe, which, is a really, it's a personnel disagreement.
So, Fin, has Azar and Verma's feud stalled, then, any of the Trump administration's policy goals when it comes to health care?
Well, real quick, what I do want to report that we have some fresh reporting. We just spoke to a senior administration official, my colleague Sarah Cook and I, and we can confirm that the meeting took place today between the two. Bluntly, when asked about that question that you just asked me to the senior administration official, they told me bluntly, we are not failing at health care. Other detractors, other critics, and some in the administration say actually they are because of this feud. It's been delaying the alternative to Obamacare. It's been delaying. It halted some agreements with prescription drug policies as well. But the senior administration official that we spoke to said bluntly, the president wants them to knock this bleep. He used another word off between the two. The president doesn't care if they like each other, but they have a job to do for the American people. They also said, the administration official also told us that neither job is in jeopardy.
Interesting. All right. So, Caitlin, do we know what that sex discrimination investigation found, or is that ongoing?
So we do know that we have the results of it. It was obviously a very complicated matter, but what ended up happening was Verma made, allegations that she would be able to file a sex discrimination claim. So HHS brought in a lawyer from outside of the agency to investigate Verma's claims. Now, that lawyer had previously worked at HHS under the Trump administration. She had left earlier, and so they brought her back in to investigate, which is, made some people say that this wasn't impartial. But ultimately, Verma did not want to participate in the investigation, so she didn't end up speaking to the lawyer, and the lawyer concluded that she found that the allegations were unsubstantiated.
And Fin, Verma is also facing criticism for a reimbursement request she made. What can you tell us about that exactly?
Back in 2018, she went out with some staff to give a speech in San Francisco, California. While out there, their rental car got broken into, and luggage that she had was stolen, she claimed. She claimed it was for, quote, $47,000 of material, including her personal jewelry. Some of it was some Ivanka Trump material, Ivanka Trump jewelry, but also several $1,000s worth of equipment and some clothes. She filed that with the federal government. She received criticism for filing that because it wasn't insured and it was such a hefty amount. She only got, her people told us she only got about $2,800 reimbursement, but it's been enough that some Democrats on Capitol Hill have been critical of this claim, saying it's a waste of taxpayer money. But it is a hefty amount. They said it's within the guidelines allowed in the HHS guidelines that were given to her about filing for lost or stolen property. But it is raising some eyebrows in the administration and outside of the White House as well.
Right. And Fin, according to the reporting that you were just able to give us, the president does not consider either of their jobs in danger at this point. What more can he do other than tell them to cut it out, though? What more can he do to sort of force them to get along if he's not going to fire them?
This is getting to a point where it's become a distraction. It's become somewhat of a headache, a big point of gossip among the staff inside the West Wing, outside the West Wing, in the administration. It's something that the president, frankly, does not want, I've been told, by senior administration officials. And by this meeting today, by other influences, both of them have pretty powerful figures, allies in the administration, and I've been told that they've also been told by these people, the vice president, as well as the AG's office, the White House counsel's office, that it's time to focus
right.
and knock this off.